All right, everybody, what is going on? Good morning, happy Wednesday. And since it is Wednesday, you guys know what time it is. You guys know what it's all about. We got another mock draft to do here. We're obviously pretty deep into draft stuff right now. Going to have a couple of draft videos going up later today. I've decided to kind of stretch out the remaining draft content that we have because we have so much time. And I don't want to run out of videos in April and just not really be able to upload anything. So we're going to kind of go to, I think, 2 a day for at least a little while, and then we'll see where things go. And obviously, if things happen, if we get breaking news, then that gives us a little bit more room to think about it. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it here. Seahawks mock draft 11.0. Still not doing trades. I do think the Seahawks are going to do some trading, of course. Most teams do at least one trade in a draft, I think, but just hasn't felt right yet. I don't feel like I've exhausted all possibilities with the picks we have, and I'm not convinced we're going to trade down anyway, so or trade period. So I want to be open to sticking and picking. All right, so Seahawks mock draft 11.0. Our first round pick is going to be Brandon Cisse, cornerback of South Carolina. I've had him as a first round pick in a previous mock. I think I did it like I can't remember. It was a couple months ago. It's been a little while. And the reason why I decided to make him my first round pick in this mock is for really one reason only. I believe, based on what I have seen, I'm not 100% sure, but I think he liked my tweet on X. I know it's not really a tweet anymore, but everybody calls it a tweet now. But I think he liked I guess I'll call it a post on X, where I posted the video where I talked about Cisse as a prospect. Not sure if it's him, but it looks like it is. So Brandon Cisse is going to be the first round pick. I felt like I had to do it because he liked my post on X. Felt right. And I do really like him. I do think that he's worthy of a first round pick in this draft. I like his run defense. I like his tackling. I like the things that he's bringing to the table there. I know, but by the way, he has no background with Eman Wari because I don't believe they intersected at South Carolina. But I do know those two are aware of each other and they seem to like each other. So that's kind of cool as well. Um, I know that his zone defense is a work in progress, but the thing is, we have time to allow him to learn because we have Witherspoon, we have Josh Jobe, and I think that we're going to sign a veteran corner at some point that's a little bit better than what we have right now. So Cisse's not going to get forced to play a bunch as a rookie. So I'm not worried about that element of it. So that's my first round pick, Cisse of South Carolina. And then my second round pick at 64 is Gabe Yakas. I think this is like the third time I picked him. And the reason why I did that in this mock draft is because I think this is going to be the last time I can reasonably say we're going to get Yakas in the second round. He's moving up boards. And next time I do this, he'll probably be like a mid-second rounder. Right now, he's still a late second rounder on the aggregate, but by the time I make another video about a mock draft, he'll probably be in the mid-second. And he might even end up getting to the point where he's an early second round pick at this point because I think his stock is on the rise. I think people are kind of into him. Good player, seems like a Mike McDonald kind of edge to me. I think this is the kind of guy who could bring some stuff to the table even as a rookie. There are a couple of holes, like he's not as good at run defense as you would expect when you look at him, but I think that's something that can be worked out. I think that's something that can be fixed. So I'm going to go ahead and go with that. And again, more than anything else, I just don't think the opportunity to take Yakas at 64 is going to be justifiable anytime soon after this. Okay, so that kind of takes care of your edge need, although you're still going to need to sign veterans. You're at least giving yourself a chance at somebody that maybe they're not going to be great as a rookie or anything like that, but you're kind of resetting the clock a little bit because you are a little bit in a dicey spot at edge right now with all these older players. So I like that pick. If he's somehow there at 64 by the time the actual draft gets here, which I doubt happens, it would be a dream. And then you've got my third round pick. I'm going with Nick Singleton, running back out of Penn State. Another guy that I've talked about before, another guy that I've had in mocks before. He is one of the few running backs in this draft that you can get at a reasonably later place that I think has the potential to be a complete back. The main thing holding him back really is just the injury and the fact that for whatever reason, he wasn't super productive at Penn State. So Nick Singleton, to me, is somebody that does have some speed. He has enough speed to get to the outside in zone. He's got some power. He does have a little bit of wiggle. I look at him and I see the full package. For some reason, that full package didn't really come together when he was in college, and that is a problem. That is troublesome. But I do think that Nick Singleton is going to be a good player. And at the very least, you're getting potential there. This is not some back end of the roster guy if he pans out. So Singleton, I think that's your running back. And I think that if that is the rotation, Singleton, Wilson, and Helani, it might work. I'm not going to pump it up too much, but it can work. And my final pick in this mock draft is going to be Damani Jackson, another guy that I've had there in the 6th round before. To me, this would be one of the best picks you could make here because I think the value is very good. I think Damani Jackson is a 4th round caliber player, and it seems like for whatever reason he's being overlooked a little bit. And I know there are issues. He did not have a great 2025, but to me, in terms of his ability and the fact that he actually plays real competition at Alabama, there's something pretty good there. And if you can get him in the 6th, which most of the big boards I've seen indicate that he will be there around there, you are doing great. Physical player, does some press stuff. I think that he can get it done as a run defender as well, which is going to be important for McDonald. And the thing to keep in mind is the Seahawks remain pretty thin at corner at this moment because, especially if you view Pritchett as being expendable, which some people do, they could use multiple corners in this draft. So I don't think there's anything wrong with double dipping there, especially when one of them is going to be a 6th round pick. So that is my mock draft 11.0. These are all recycled from previous mocks, which is another reason why I'm probably going to start doing trades soon so I can explore other opportunities. But what this really kind of represents is I'm starting to hone in on the things that I like, and I'm starting to understand the things that I'm gravitating towards. So we're getting to a point now where I'm a little bit comfortable saying this is something that I want us to pursue. And I don't need them to do exactly what I want them to do to be happy. What I'm saying is I'm finding the routes that make the most sense to me right now. All right. I will see you guys later. Go Hawks. Gonna have a video going up in a few hours talking about draft stuff again. And we're moving on to a new position today, by the way. So I know the cornerback stuff got boring because we got down to the very end, but we will be continuing on later today. Okay, everybody have a good rest of your day. Go Hawks. And see you guys soon.